You here. You know.
Hi, everybody. You doing all right? You look good. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, I'm happy to have you here. You look so good.
Well, I know I look good.
Our audience can't see you.
They can't. Oh, see, they're missing out. They gotta come. They gotta come to the Dick Clark Theater to see us.
That's right. That's right.
You know. I wanted to say something. You know, I've been in the business like 20 years now, and I met a lot of guys, some better than others, but I just got the opportunity to meet Doug Bruin the first time in Branson, and he is one of the best. I still consider it impersonators because we're supposed to look like and sound like the person.
Yes.
So it's changed a lot from 20 years ago when I first saw Legends back in the late 80s, where the people came out and your jaw dropped. Yeah. And Doug Bruin doing Alan Jackson makes your jaw drop.
Doesn't it though?
He
I
sure
have
does.
to agree with that. That's right.
Doesn't he?
That's right.
And you get to meet people every now and then in life, and Doug Bruin has came into my life for some odd reason. I don't know if it's because he smokes cigars. I don't know. But he's come into my life, and I really appreciate it. I count my blessings all the time. And I never got to say anything, and I'm testifying on the internet right now. You know, and his music, you gotta come on by to our theater. His music, his original stuff is inside in the gift shop. And I got the opportunity to listen to 4 of his songs and fell in love with them. There's one that I always got a favorite. And I tell you what, if you buy his CD or if you come by and you want to get a CD, I will throw in a picture of him with the CD.
I think you're in love.
Okay, for free.
Is what I think.
For free. I will, because I know where he puts all these pictures. So what I'll do is give you his picture for free if you buy a CD. That's how much I love him. Is that okay? He's
now
cool.
See, and you'd have never met him had he not gotten in at 2004 and then came over to Honolulu where you live, right? Is that how you met him?
I live in Hawaii now. Yes.
I figured as much.
I've been there for over 20 years now.
Now you've got a background. You've got an educational background in communications and a degree in psychology and all that. How has that helped you with your performances?
Well, I went to school because my mother and father told me to. And
good reason.
So I had to, and what happened was I didn't know what I wanted to do like anybody else. I think a lot of kids that nowadays is the same way. But I joined the Army while I was at the university, and I needed to graduate in something, so I graduated in communications, and was in the Army before I got into this business back in the 80s, and got out in '88. And I think it's just I don't know if we got any veterans here or anybody that served in the military.
Well, my son is now on his way over to Afghanistan.
Oh, God bless him. Oh, isn't that terrible? My son also went to Iraq a few years ago, and he's a Purple Heart recipient. Lost his right hand and his hearing in his ear, and that's something that I will always, as a parent, you just I wish I could have went for him.
Yes.
And that it just broke my heart to have him deal with that. But I think that's his life experience thing, and he's doing well now, but he's back home and he's going back to school, and so that's something. That's like way off the subject of legends, aren't we?
That's okay.
Is that okay?
This is about getting to know you.
Oh,
so you believe in life experiences.
Yeah, and it's such a neat thing, and such a neat thing to listen to Jessica James sing. I'd never heard her sing. I've only heard her complain and stuff. She's always complaining. She says, "Hurry up, we're late." We're late for a date.
A very important date.
Yeah, but but it was such a neat thing to see. It's neat. I never heard her sing.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
I just look at you differently now. I'll just look at you like this.
Sideways.
Yeah.
So getting involved with Legends in Concert, what was your life like before you got involved with Legends in Concert?
My life was. My first wife, she passed away with cancer. She had Hodgkin's disease when I was in the Army, so I had to deal with that while I was in the Army. That's the reason I got out.
Oh, that's tough.
And so my life is just like anybody. I mean, everybody has their trials and tribulations and their roller coasters in life. And at that time, I got out because I had orders to go back to Fort Gordon, Georgia, like about a month right after my wife passed away, and I had 2 young kids at that time. And so I decided to get out, and I think it wasn't meant to be. And I didn't do anything for about a year, and this lady had a production company, and she was doing a tour this cast from Las Vegas to all these military bases, and she offered me a gig to be a cast manager, make sure that they got a place to stay, transportation, all that kind of stuff, and that's how I met Mr. Tony Roy.
Tony Roy brought you in. Is he the
Branson.
one that brought you in here?
Yeah, he's the one that said, hey Bubba, hey, can you, man, I know you can do that Little Richard thing, man. Come on, I got to do this thing for the Jerry Lewis Muscular Dystrophy Telethon. And I said, shut up, I'm not going to do it. And he says, well, come on, I got to do 30 minutes, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, for Jerry's kids, And I did it, and the next thing I knew, I was in the Caribbean for 6 months after that with him.
Oh, how fun, though,
And yeah, that was in 1990.
You needed that break, didn't you?
I think so. I think, like we were talking about earlier, I think certain people have doors open for them,
Yeah.
And I tried to close the door on Doug Bruin, but he keeps coming through there for some reason.
With his cigar.
With his cigar.
Well, have you got some songs planned for us here today?
I don't know. I didn't have any. I didn't bring the band. Do I have something?
You do
I
have
do?
some tracks here.
I do.
Just as an FYI.
I haven't slept yet. And so that's the only thing. But is it okay if I can probably do one song? Is that all right?
Sure.
'Cause
Wouldn't you love to hear him sing a song?
Is that okay?
Sure.
All right.
Gary Moore as Little Richard from Legends in Concert.
All right.
What a fun guy.
Yeah. Good golly, Miss Molly, sure like the ball. Woo! Miss Molly, sure like the ball. When you're rocking and a rolling, can't hear your mama call. From the early, early morning to the early, early night, call Miss Molly rocking at the outside blue light. Good golly, Miss Molly, sure like the ball. When you're rocking and a rolling, can't hear your mama call. Mama, Papa told me, son, you better watch yourself. If you know about Miss Molly, I don't want my mama myself. Good golly, Miss Molly, sure like the ball. When you're rocking and a rolling, can't hear your mama call. Oh! If you haven't seen our show yet, you're missing out on a lot of fun at the American Bandstand Theater, where you can see me, Alan Jackson, Britney Spears in the show, Elvis and the Blues Brothers, and good golly, Miss Molly, sure like the ball. Woo! Miss Molly, sure like the ball. When you're rocking and a rolling, can't hear your mama call. Thank you guys so much. God bless you. I love you. Thanks,
Gary Moore as Little Richard. From Dix Clark.